this stream. So sorry about that. You would not believe what these Windows computers are putting me through, what they're making me do. All I want to do is hang out with you guys. And these computers got me downloading drivers, updating drivers. I'm a Mac guy, typically. So the concept of tinkering with a computer, I'm not that guy. But we made it. Here we are. Thank you so much for being patient. Duckman, no sound. Check. Check again. I think I can turn it up higher. Turn the mic up. Oh, sorry. Here, is this better? Here. There we go. Okay, this should be better. Windows 90. Hey, Jace. Jace, welcome. Welcome back. We'll get some PUBG going soon here. I have like not a great angle on this mic. You know, it keeps dipping up, dipping down. Here, maybe I'll have to back up like this. Or this. There. Okay, that's good. I just don't want it like in my face. Okay, there we go. Now we have audio. Thanks for liking the stream. It's better. Can you hear the guitar? Mike Engel guy. It was this other guy, Edward. Yeah, no, we fired Edward. Okay, guys. So we'll get right into the contest. First off, thank you everyone for submitting. I was shocked at how many of you submitted. I was like, maybe I'll get one. Maybe it'll be like, you know, like one of my friends. But so many great solos, and I wish I could give you all a dream. But I really do. I really wish I could get each of you guys one of these dreams, because I'm sure you've seen when I initially started playing that pedal, I was like, it's okay. But as I've gotten to play it more, and I'm playing it right now. I mean, this is it. I really enjoy it for what it is. Initially, I didn't, because I was so stuck on the Iridium, and it felt like it overlapped too much. But it definitely has its place next to the Iridium. I'm not going to get rid of the Iridium. But I might buy a Dream for myself later on. So, let's go through the winners. Let's announce the winners, yeah? Hello from Quebec. Bonjour. Good at that guitar thing. Oh, Jace, never change. Never change. Okay, first runner-up who wins a gift card to Sweetwater. Here, we'll go here. Is Don Spike the Vegetarian. Not actually your name, though. It is, wait, which one is it? I got to look it up on my phone. So, Don, if you're in the chat, sorry. I know that your name's not Don, right? Because that's just like your screen name or your username. Either way. First runner-up, you get a Sweetwater. Let's listen. All right. Don, knocking it out of the park there. What I liked on that, well, there was a couple things I liked on that. But I thought the tone was really good. And that's something I was really kind of listening for first. And then I liked the phrasing that you had too as well. So you get a Sweetwater gift card. Next, runner up. Slide guitarist. Loved it. And slide guitarist, it's not just a username, it's a way he plays. Let's listen. Come on. Just give me a second. I might have to download this. Sorry. Google Drive is... Okay, we're downloading it. Hold on. Okay. Okay, slide guitars. Let's hear it. Yeah, yeah. I liked what was it? So he turned it around. So we'll go over the solo here in a second. But when he did what is it? It was like a he like did like a turnaround like it was in the key. I mean, it goes up to a C, but the C is the relative major, right? Which is really cool thing to do. You don't because he goes what is it like? Or something like that. He goes like something like, but in slide, which I'm not a great slide guitarist, but it's a really cool thing. And that's what caught my ear on that one. So great job, slide guitarist. You're gonna get a $25 Sweetwater gift card, and the winner of the Dream 65, Rustum. Listen to this one. I mean, that one was really, that surprised me. I mean, and there were a couple things that I thought were really good there. One, and a couple of reasons why, like it was that he's getting in here. One was like he did some intro notes, which I think is very very cool. Because when you look at guitar solos, a lot of times like they'll hint at like, "Hey, here I come," kind of thing. It does two things. One, it's a way to tell the listener, there's a mood shift about to happen. Like there's a guitar solo coming. There's something instrumental happening. It's like someone essentially going tap 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 on the mic right before they start singing. It wakes you up, sonically. But the other thing it does, it kind of sets the stage for what the solo is going to be, right? It's almost like establishing a leitmotif. I don't know if you guys ever listen to opera, but or really it's any genre of music. You establish a motif and then you riff off of that motif. So we did this cool kind of open thing. What is that? Yeah, so we did something like that, I think. Wait, let's hear it again. It was I loved that opening. Let's hear it. Yeah, so. And then, what is he? C? Oh. Oh, yeah, so he just says that. Really cool. I really, really like that opening. And he does it on the, it's all syncopated, right? So it's one, da, 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 da. It's pushing. So when you're playing a guitar solo and you're playing on the and, it is pushing the beat forward, right? It's when your note comes before the downbeat, what it does to the ears, it makes you think it's going faster or propels energy like forward. So what he's doing is like ba 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 ba, and then up to his big bend, right? And it's a really, really, really cool technique, and it's really anyone can do it. It's not like it's not like a very complicated thing to do. Just playing on the upbeat. But he played it really clean though. Wait, what did he do next? Yeah, so. So it's basically like riffing off of like the C major scale, right? Really cool, and then really melodic. So there it is, a cool little repeat, right? But then mirrors that. What does he do? What is it? Something like that. Is that what he's doing? Anyway, you get it. I'm not going to butcher his solo, but that's that he did a lot of really interesting and classic, simple techniques, but executed them really well. The tone was good. It was a unique tone. You know, it was a little bit like mid-heavy. There wasn't a ton of high end on it. And that intro really is what blew me away. It was like the open, those crazy open. So something to pull into your repertoire, boys, if you have it, if you can. So for the winners, again, congratulations for everyone who submitted. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be doing more giveaways. So, and although I'm not going to, I don't want to keep buying these pedals. I'm going to make other companies buy them and I'm going to give them to you guys. But I'm going to do it for Guitar Souls. And the reason I wanted you guys to submit is because you see it online, all these other online contests, like and follow to win. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like, that doesn't mean anything to me as like the channel guy. It doesn't mean anything to you guys, certainly as a viewer. It's like you're just clicking you're clicking all day. Sometimes you click and a burrito comes from Chipotle. Sometimes you click and you pay your taxes. It's like clicking to me is like innocuous, or it's not even innocuous. Like there's no context there. So to me, it's like, let's see who really let's see who actually wants this thing. But two, also like, if we're all musicians, we're all saying we're musicians, we're all trying to be a musician. I bet you everyone watching this would love to be a professional and like well-respected musician. And probably some of you are. It's like, well then let's put our money where our mouth is. Like let's do it. Now, one thing I do have to note, like it is intrinsically subjective. Like I'm picking the winners, and unfortunately in art that is how it goes down. And so I thought about doing just like I'll pick a random winner. But to me, I feel like that lets me off the hook too. I'm like, well, now you're not putting your name on anything. And so that's why I'm picking. I do feel bad that I had to pick someone and then the rest of you don't win. That is a bummer for me, and I'm sure it's a bigger bummer for you guys. But trust me that it's not that you guys weren't good. It's that this guy's solo really stood out to me. Okay, and we'll have more chances to win, and we'll have more cool prizes. I'm gonna try to do one at least once a month and get a new sponsor each time to do something fun, something cool. So let's go through. Am I missing questions here? Because it's supposed to be coming up in this dumb Streamlabs thing, and I'm not sure if it is. It is. Okay. So let's go through this solo real quick for any of you who were first thing I like to do when building a solo, and if those of you that don't know, this is a song that I co-wrote and producing for one of my artists, this guy Bobby Watson. Actually, we were in the studio yesterday at Soundstage. I don't know if anyone's from Nashville, but like awesome. Just had such good players in there. I love that studio. So in this solo section, A minor, a B, a G with a B on the bottom, to a C major, right? So we're walking up the major scale, A, B, C, to a C, walking up a C major scale. But then it kind of switches to, that makes it feel major. And then the second half makes it feel minor. F, So like you kind of have two. If someone said, "Hey Alex, I need a solo by the end of the day," here's the backing track. I would say, okay, like I can say something happier with my solo on the first half, and then something sad on the second half. At least that's initially what I would try. I'm like, that one makes the most sense. That one's the easiest to execute, creatively, and that simplifies it for me. I'm like, okay, so now that I have my two like emotional themes in my head, now I can say like, okay, well, where are the notes going, right? Because you could theoretically just solo in A minor the whole time, but I feel like sometimes that's not enough to tell a story. If it's in A minor the whole time, if it just goes, then of course it's stay in A minor. But it's walking up. So the cool, what you would normally do, like that, what they do in like orchestras and symphonies, like as the chords are moving up, you're going up with it, right? So you start down low. So if it's starting in A minor, you can go somewhere on the A minor scale. And then I'm gonna turn on the bass on this. Into a B over G. Sorry. To C. So it's like, okay, those are. Remember in Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, where he has to spell out the name of God, and it's Jehovah, and he's got to step on the right letters. And then in Jehovah, like, what is it? J is not, or is Aramaic or in ancient Greek, there's no Y, or there's no J, so it's a Y. Is it Jehovah? I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of like that. If you've seen that movie, if you're old as I am, I'm sure you have seen that movie. You're walking up those steps. Those are where you can step to. And sometimes as these bricks are falling down, you can step on a stone that isn't necessarily the one that will be a foundation for you, right? Like as a leading note. That's how I kind of think of it in my head. It's like, I can step there, but I can't wait there. I have to always land on a step that is solid, right? And then the steps change each time. A minor scale step, so A, C, E, B, D, G, C, E, G, right? And so you can find the shared notes, you can find it, and you can walk through. So let's just try this first half. I got the backing track pulled up here. I think this is right. Right? So I wasn't ready, clearly. But let's try that again. But this is how I would construct a solo. I'm like, okay, let's see where I'm going to go here. So something like that. I'm like, and you keep building and kind of finding something until you see something, until you hear something emerge, right? So you hear something go. You're soloing. You keep going over the same track on loop, right? And then eventually, you find like a motif that you would want. So, in Rustum, it was. Something like that, right? But for us, like, we'll do something different. Let's borrow his idea of. So he just went up the C major scale, so we can do something like that too. Let's do a flat 5 in there. That's always kind of fun to like start off with. Let's end on a 3rd though. Yeah, I want more drive though. There we go. how about this? Here we go. Something like that, right? So now I'm like kind of like playing around with notes that aren't in the scale, flat 5, bending up the 2. Now we go to the F. So that's to me always a big transition. When you go from one emotion to another emotion, that's something you always want to keep in mind. Like, what am I playing to transition the listener, right? It's always those in-between phrases that you hear, like great musicians put something satisfying there. So we're going from C to F. So, like, it's always fun to throw like a dominant 7th and a very much a major, a non-dominant, into a a major scale. So it's a maybe not. So maybe throwing in another flat 5. I mean, for me, it's I almost always want to do this if I'm in an something like that. Now, you have to decide also, you have to make sure that the second half of the solo complements the first half of the solo. So first half of the solo, if I'm saying... So, like, my main idea is that... That's like the most solid point of the solo, right? Right when it gets to the C. So building, building, building. That right there is the most powerful part. And then building, building. And then one more quick little line as the vocals come back in, right? So that's how you want to think of, or that's how I like to think of it. You can think of it any way you want, but this is what's helped me in the past. Okay, let's try it. Either way. So now we've got some ideas. Now let's go through. Indiana Jones to learn. Yeah, I mean, if you need to know anything in life, it's just like Indiana Jones movies have like most of the answers for you. How to deal with Nazis, how to find cool things in the jungle, how to overcome your fear of snakes. Indiana Jones holds a lot of hidden knowledge, but it's right there for the taking. And I want my solo to be done before, or I want all of my main points to be done by the time he starts singing, ideally. Like if I was giving this to a producer, right? The producer was like, hey, I need you to say what you need to say and get out before that vocal comes back in, because I can't have your solo over the main vocals, right? Maybe you can have like 1 or 2 notes, but like really we need you to get away, and that's your role as a guitarist if you're in a band where there's a singer. Your notes can never be on top of a singer, ever, 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 ever. And that's something I didn't learn for a long time. And I realized if there's someone singing, get out of the way. What happened? Dave. Thanks for subbing, Dave. Hold on real quick. Got some questions. Dave, you had the Iridium and it hated your overdrive. Your Andy Timmons OD and the Wampler. Wow. Oh, that's surprising. The Dream handles overdrive incredibly well. Um, as long as the overdrive isn't too bass heavy. So what I have noticed is on my fuzz pedal, I have a super fuzz where it has a sub octave knob from Voodoo Labs, and that is not. It comes through fine, but it doesn't open up the way it would on the Iridium. Um, I have an SL drive from Exotic, that kind of um, approximates a hot rodded plexi. That into an Iridium sometimes can kind of overdo it on the punch setting, but if I put it on or on the round setting, but if I put it on the punch setting, it sounds great. It really is good. So a lot of times it's messing with the settings. Like the Iridium round setting can handle up to a medium drive, and the punch setting can handle up to um, like a high gain and not kind of fall apart. And a lot of it also depends on your IR. There are some IRs that just are terrible at gain. The York Audio Marshall Dual, the Dual Marshall IR that he came out with, loves gain, eats it up, no problem. And same with is it the VH? No, the EVH. I have the EVH 4x12 as well. Loves gain, obviously. I mean, it's a Van Halen one. So I would check into that as well. I mean, really, and I can't stress this enough. The IR or speaker simulation, like in the Dream, will literally make or break your sound. It's the last EQ curve, and just like in a real amp, your speaker is just as important as your guitar, in my opinion. After testing and going around different cabs, I realized how important your speaker is, how important this cabinet construction is. That's why tweeds are tweeds, right? And that's why it's so hard to approximate a tweed like in a box, because the tweed gets its sound from the specific construction, like the overbuilt construction of those cabinets, the way they put the joints together, the way the baffle worked, and also the specific speaker they had, at least in the Tweed Deluxes. Wait a second. So what are you saying, Dave? Sounded thin on Iridium, no oomph. Yeah, I hear you. You tried York, Friedman, and Fender. Oh man, so none of the IRs worked. I'm sorry to hear that, Dave. It's. Thanks for watching. I can't believe people watch. I love that people watch. But I think you'll like the Dream. I think you will, because I found, in my opinion, if you don't like the Iridium, you love the Dream, and if you don't like the Dream, you love the Iridium. I think it's very rare that someone's guitar style will work through both. Not like good or bad. It's just like, I think just the way people's ears work. Like, people want to hear a certain thing when they play I mean, I do. When I play guitar, I want to hear it sound a certain way. Right, and I'm sure you do. I mean, I'm working on a video right now about finding your tone and how to set up your signal chain so that you have great tone. And almost all of that is based around, like, what do you want to hear? What do you hear in your head? Because that's what you're going for. It's not like, and that's why it's so hard sometimes to figure it out. Someone, you can read on the forums on gear spacing and do all this, and you're like, why isn't any of this working? It's because they're telling you the secrets for their head, like the sound in their brain, and you're trying to approximate that, and you'll get like some distilled version of it when you're playing, and you're like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted something different. And that's why it's also so disappointing when you get a pedal that doesn't work, because you'll hear gear reviews, or you'll watch, hopefully my videos don't lead you astray, but maybe they will. You just hope, like, God, if I buy this pedal, the sound in my head can leave my head, because now it's in my amp, finally, after all these years. Unfortunately, I've actually never met anyone that's been like, my tone is figured out. Yeah, the punch. I mean, the punch setting is really wet, dry, wet into a katana. Stereo effects through. Oh, very cool. Wet, dry, wet, dry. Wow. Oh, wet, dry, wet. Dry into katana, and then wet, dry into D65. Right on. Okay, got it. Okay, let me see if I can nail this thing. Let's record too, so we know what counts. One, I gotta turn off the click. Screwed me up. Just turn it off. Off. What is it? Click while recording? No. Just off. Okay. Terrible song. Okay, let's try that again. It's good to have a healthy amount of self-loathing when you're playing too. Damn it! What am I doing there? I said I was going to do it on a dominant, right? See, I don't want to have also like eighth notes the whole time. Not like da 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 da. That's like going to be way too boring for the notes that I'm playing. Like I'm not playing anything like really novel here. Let's try that again. We'll try it again. Better. Try. No. I don't have it right now. And I'm wondering if it's playing through my telly. You know, a bad artist blames their tools, but like I'm wondering if playing through my telly. Oh, hi. How you doing, Rocky? You want to say hi to everyone? What's that? It's my son. If you stand here, you can wave hi, but then you gotta go see what mom's doing. Can you wave?
Is everyone in there?
Yeah, everyone's in the chat room. You can't see them, but they can see us. He's got a Led Zeppelin shirt on. Okay, bye. That's for a light. Can you find out what mom is doing right now? Is that? I will definitely be down soon, though. Okay.
We're going to Elijah's back home.
Oh, Elijah's home. Great. Have fun.
I'm going pie first.
Okay, great. See ya. Okay. That's my son. Okay, I like this one better. Let's try it. I didn't mind that one. Let's hear that. Okay, it's not gonna win any awards, I'll tell you that much. But it's like it's helpful. And like, okay, there's my starting point. It's like I told a sad, or so I told a happy part of my solo, and then I told a sad part of the solo, and then you just keep iterating and iterating, and eventually you find a good solo. I didn't, because I don't think you guys want to hear me play that 70 times. But that doesn't make for a good live stream. So for those of you who won, I'll be messaging you on Instagram and sending you all sorts of stuff. And for those of you who didn't win, again, it's not an indictment on anything of your playing ability. It just was the way the cookie crumbled this time. So any questions on the Dream or the Iridium right now? Since I got it hooked up, you guys want to hear anything on it? Any question? I don't have it in my signal chain right now, or in my pedal board right now, so I don't have any pedals on it, and I'm running it mono. But if you guys want to hear anything, if there's anything that you're like, oh wait, he didn't cover that one thing. Sometimes when I'm playing a solo, I'll play it without the song, right? It'll help me understand it better, and like I can play it at my speed. So I'm also going to start doing live streams probably at least every 2 weeks. It'd be great to do it every week, but the getting everything set up is kind of an ordeal, like breaking down normal stuff and setting up. It's a 2-computer setup, and it can be kind of ask a lot of me sometimes. Let's do this tremolo again, because I remember when I did my review on it, I kind of gave it a bad rap. It is a good tremolo. It's not there's there's really not a lot of there's not a lot of flexibility on it. So if you don't like that kind of tremolo, and it was a tube tremolo, so you can't change. You can't change the what's it called, the oscillating nature, like the shape of it. You can't change it from like a triangle to a square or something like that. Because I've seen some comments on my reviews where it's like, "Oh, you're biased against the Dream." I'm like, no, I think the Dream is a great pedal. I really think it's a great pedal. I think people aren't happy when I don't say the Dream is the best. It's like, well, like, I don't think there's any best pedal. I think there's some pedals that are good at some things and bad at other things. And I have not seen a single review on the Dream that has said anything bad about it. And that to me, I think is kind of crazy. Like there are plenty of things about the Iridium that I think that fall super short. But it's like I've pointed that out, and I don't use it in that way. But same thing with the Dream. Like there's so many great things about it, but there are some drawbacks. I mean, because it's an emulation and it's only one amp, there are limitations to the amp that it copied. It's always going to be a deluxe reverb, and you can't really change that tremolo. I mean, it's hard for me to get past, though, the way you have to adjust the tremolo. That to me is really frustrating. So, I think that's it, guys. Again, thank you everyone for following along on this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this train rolling as long as possible. The YouTube train, that is. And we'll start. I don't know if I want to start diving into newer things, but the thing I do want to bring into the live streams is bringing on songwriting with guitar, because and I love guitar tones, I love guitar gear, but it really means nothing unless you're playing a good song. And good songs get remembered. And if you are the one that wrote that song, that is awesome. That's better. That is something that every, I think, artist should strive for. Like, will your work affect people for a long time? As an artist, and I think that's something that can get lost when we're focused really on gear and we're focused on that. And I get lost on it too. I'm not immune to this either. And you should spend time making sure you get the right sound. But as soon as you have a sound that's passable, your mind should almost automatically switch to, okay, now what should I write with this piece of gear? And that's what I was kind of doing with my older reviews, but that wasn't really resonating, and that's fine. So I think I'll figure out a way to bring that into the live streams, where it's like the live streams are about using a piece of gear to write, and then the normal videos are about gear reviews and just my way of reviewing gear in a kind of a overly thorough manner. So again, thanks again for coming in. Thanks to congrats to the winners, and I'll be contacting you shortly to get everything out to you guys. Cheers. Okay, how do I do this? Am I supposed to have is this a stream ended? Okay, I guess there's no, I used to have a goodbye screen. I think I got rid of it. Okay, I'll make a correct stream ended screen so it feels like a professional thing. And Dave, thanks for the comments. And also everyone in chat, thank you for engaging. We'll make it, we'll keep making it fun. We'll keep upping the production value so it can be a blast for you guys to tune in. You guys can be doing anything during the day, so it does mean a lot to me that you're spending some time here. And we'll make it, I'll keep trying to make it worth your while. All right.